For any engineering project, a environmental impact factor report must be submitted before it's approved, especially in indigenous area. Culture and heritage impact assessment reports are necessary. Before I know about the task one, I didn't know anything about culture and heritage. But but in the process of completing task one, I understand the meaning of this report and the completion process. I think there are three key points that I need to make decision, or three issues that I need to solve. The first is what type of cultural heritage are there? The essential of this question is what we are studying. Since our scenario now is estimate, so in addition to use the information provided in the project description, I think I also find some other resources from the real case study. The second issue is how existing projects may affect the cultural heritage. I think this part is need to be determined based on actual conditions and partial reasoning. Because in many cases, the effect has not occurred or has occurred but has not been proven to have a direct relationship. For example, if residents smelled old in the creek, we can infer that the low quality of the wastewater discharged from the sewage treatment plant has led due to this. But this kind of impact may not be 100% caused by the treatment plant. So what we need in this part is to combine factor and responsible inference. The third part is the recommendation options. I think the first thing is to find the source of the impact and then address the impact. For example, what quantity issue caused the pollutant of the groundwater. So what needs to be considered is how to improve the water quantity. Naturally, changing the existing filtration system and improving filtration efficiency is the suggestion for improvement. Let's move to the effluent irrigation. Since I know this is a specific design process, so the most important thing in this design is the mode design. And in what way do we judge that way is flexible? So we need the standard. For the mode design, I think I have three main aspects of this report. The first is parameter design. What factor will affect the effluent irrigation? Here I choose I think the most easy way to find the factor is climate, the soil, and the crops. In fact, the design parameter must have at least one adjustable parameter. Otherwise, the design is meaningless. The climate and the soil are fixed in our design. So our judgment standard should be in favor of crop that can be controlled. The second point is how to use the formulas to calculate the effect. I think this part mainly involves professional knowledge of the architecture hydraulics. At first, I didn't understand this concept of calculation. So I went to learn and take the calculation method of the lecture. So for us that don't understand how those formulas are from, but what I know is that this is mode. And the third problem to be solved is how to determine the results of the design, because the independent variable are just is only crops. So our device vector is the carbon hydraulic load rate of crops. Finally, the requirements are met by changing by the type of crops. The next part is the peer reflection. Since our report is almost similar because we all follow the subject description step by step, but there are still some advantage in peer reports that are worth to learning from. The first is the detailed and academic improvement plan. The sand intermittent filtration zone mentioned in CHII Report 5 used detailed parameter and the professional reference to explain the feasibility of this method. In my report, the solution is just really general. There are recommendation options in CHII Report 12 to improve the quality of the effluent. He used a formula to explain what factors are related to sewage quantity, and then change the controllable factor to increase the retention time to improve the filtration efficiency. A specific and logical plan always improves the credibility. That's what I need to know. The second part is completeness and professional of the report. My effluent irrigation reports, the source of some data is not clear because they are highly consistent with the previous content. So I automated the calculation steps. But and then I was very surprised by the EID report 2. It used a large number of appendix to list all the data source and the calculation steps. That is necessary for reviewer, even it will take a lot of time. Of course, this does have some reports need to be improved. For example, in the EID report 7, there is no formula and calculation process to get the answer, and it don't have any appendix. I think this report is lack of completeness. Moreover, the number of the reference also need to be improved.